Hello, welcome back to Any Topic Tango. I'm your host, Joe, and today's topic, sports. Or, in my mind, something I never really did as a child, and it shows. So, stick around and let's have some fun. So, before we start talking about my life in sports, let's bring up something odd. So, there was a starting pitcher that played for 22 years on several different teams, but he was most notably playing for San Francisco, and his name was Gaylord Perry. Now, interestingly enough, he started playing for them in 1962, and the manager at the time made a joke that they would put a man on the moon before he would hit a home run. Now, as a pitcher, I don't know much about baseball, but I would assume that they don't really bat that much. He only had one home run in his 22-year career, and that just happened to be 30 minutes, you guessed it, after the moon landing. Wow, what a fact. Isn't that interesting? I wish I could hit a home run, but I can't even see the frickin' ball. So that puts me out. All right, now back on topic. In my early years of life, sports for me was never big. With my eyes being all fucked up, I never really got into it. I know the school tried when I was young. They tried to get me in the soccer, and that turned into a really big shit show because you know what the difference is between kicking a ball and kicking someone else's shin? Ask any of my classmates. They'll remember. But excitingly enough, I didn't get into sports until later on. Now I'm more bigger into sports. I watch European football for all the Europeans out there who might be watching this. And I watch American football for all the Americans that might be watching. But I also love my hockey too, because that's just part of being Canadian. If you don't like hockey, then you're not Canadian. But anyways, sports for me is a way to be sociable. And later on in life, like at my age now, um, being with friends and spending time together and doing things is just a nice little getaway from the harsh reality of life. So we watch football together. And because of the World Cup coming up, I will be watching the World Cup. And I will be cheering for Team Canada. But I will also be cheering for Germany. And I'll also be cheering for England. So, yeah, sports growing up, though, was different for me. Like, I never really had the opportunity to really play. I tried volleyball. I tried all these other sports. I obviously did not succeed at running. Running was definitely not something I could do. I'm going to say it's because of my flat feet. I am flat-footed. My foot is as flat as a fucking 2x4. Pretty good. Not good for running, though. On that note, if you ever actually see me running, you better turn around and start running too, because something is coming, and it is not good. It is bad news if I'm running. So, but anyways, back to sports. Yeah, sports is more of a sociable thing for me now, where I sit around with my buddies, have a couple beers, watch the football game, or watch a hockey game. Obviously, we won't be watching hockey anymore because all of Canada's teams are out. Oh, Montreal, how you let us down. That is a swift kick right in the nuts. But it happens. Congratulations to Montreal for making it as far as they did. We all didn't think you can do it. But we also hoped you would. But you let us down. So, sorry, not sorry. With all of that being said, though, there is one sport that I'm going to try this year. Golf. Never played it. Gonna have someone with me because once I whiff that ball, I'm not going to see it. So I'm going to have to rely on a good team of friends for that one. But golf should be interesting. And I think I will do a video of that. Maybe we'll upload that. I think that'd be funny. It's mostly just going to be a lot of curse words and me trying to figure out how to swing a club. I've never tried. Actually, that's a lie. I had a couple beers once and I tried swinging. Pretty near threw out my back. But I am going to try it. I think it'll be fun. There is some sports that I'm interested to learn, though, oddly enough. Curling. I've never learned curling. I just know it's like you take these little rocks and you shuffle them down the rink, and you take like a brush and you brush in front of it. And I have no idea. Like I don't know much about curling. Something about the circles and the points, and I don't know. I know Canada won gold in the Olympics for it, which, I mean, congratulations to Team Canada for that. That was awesome. But yeah, I don't know much about curling, and I kind of want to. I kind of think it'd be a fun sport to watch. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Actually, what is your favorite sport to watch? Like, if you had to eliminate every other sport but one, what would that be? Leave that in the comments below. Like, I'm interested to learn how other people think, and yeah, let me know what sport you would like. So, but yeah, anyways, back to curling. Yeah, I don't know much about it. Like, I've seen it lots on TV, and I've kind of like watched it, but I haven't really taken the time to learn it. I think I'm gonna go watch a YouTube video later on how curling works, or just talk to someone who knows curling really well. And that would be another sport that I would like to try, provided I don't slip on my ass and eat shit. Because walking on ice, eeh. I've skated, and I haven't skated in, probably at least 10 years. 12 years since I've put on a pair of skates. So I have not been on the ice. The only ice I'm on is when I'm ice fishing. That's about it. And I don't even do that very much. Haven't went ice fishing last year. I did the year before, though. But not last year. Mostly because, I don't know, I just didn't go. But anywho, back to sports. The other sport that I don't know if it's actually a sport. I have played this. I don't know if it's actually a sport. I don't know if it's considered a sport, but cornhole. That's a fun game. That is it's a game that requires complex depth perception and just the right swing to throw the beanbag. And I don't really have the greatest of that, but I try. I miss a lot, but I try. Occasionally, I'll get the beanbag in the hole and celebrate profusely. Now we're going to change gears, and we're going to talk about sports that I actually play. There is a couple. Some that I would consider sports that aren't really sports, I guess. Beer pong is one of them. Oh, I love playing beer pong. It's always fun. Again, depth perception eludes me in it, but I still try. And I'm pretty good at it, actually, surprisingly. The other sport that I wanted to touch base on is esports. I technically wouldn't consider them sports, but I guess they are actually considered sports. Video games. I do play my video games, but nah, I'm not very much of an esport person. I don't really play the esports games. Fortnite and Overwatch and StarCraft, and I'm not very good at those games. I like my simple games, like my simulation games. But yeah. Yeah, thinking about it, like, hockey's fun to watch. Hockey's definitely a good watch with friends. American football. I'm the only one who really watches the European football, so I'm probably alone most of the time when I watch that. Um, yeah, let me know down below what your favorite teams are for the sports, because I'm a very complex person when it comes to it. Um, for hockey, it's anything Canadian. I'm a huge fan of any Canadian team. And for American football, I have 4 picks for it. One of them, the Buffalo Bills, which is the equivalency of loving the Toronto Maple Leafs here. They try so hard. They try so hard, but it just doesn't work. The second one, the Kansas City Chiefs. My third pick, Green Bay Packers and Minnesota Vikings. Those are my 4 teams for football. Yeah. So let me know down below what your favorite teams are. But I think this is going to close it off for this episode. If you like what you've seen, like and subscribe. I promise you, these will get better as I get more practice in doing these. Yeah. So if you like what you see, like and subscribe. The next episode is going to be on what era would you live in. So maybe leave some comments down below and maybe we can talk about some of it. So that's going to close it off. Everybody have a great day, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode.